Good morning, students. So far we discussed some problems based on the hyperbola. What are the types of the problems so far we discussed? If the equation of the hyperbola is given, we are able to find center, foci, vertices, directrices, like that results we are able to find from the given equation. Another one type, some data are given. For example, vertices of a hyperbola is given, foci of a hyperbola is given. Then we are able to find equation of the hyperbola. These are the two types. And we worked out the standard equation of the hyperbola, some results based on the hyperbola, and types of the hyperbola. So today also we are going to find the equation of the hyperbola with the given data. See the question. Find the equation of the hyperbola. Find the equation of the hyperbola passing through the point 5, minus 2. Find the equation of the hyperbola passing through the point 5, minus 2. And the length of the transverse axis. Length of the transverse axis is 8. Length of the transverse axis is 8. The transverse axis along x-axis. These are the given information. Find the equation of the hyperbola passing through the point 5, minus 2. Listen carefully. The equation passing through a particular point 5, minus 2. And the length of the transverse axis. See the word? Length of the transverse axis. Already we discussed in your theoretical concept. Length of the transverse axis is 2a. So 2a equal to 8. What is the meaning of transverse axis? Already we know the basic concept. See, this is the simple diagram. So take down just for your clarification. So this is y-axis. This is x-axis. This is A and A dash. This is called vertices. A and A dash are called vertices. This is center C. Then this is L and L dash. Already all these concepts are discussed. Just for a recall. A dash, that is equal to 2A. That A dash is called length of the transverse axis. So length of the transverse axis is in general A dash equal to 2A. So this 2A is given. This is 2A equal to 8. From this we are able to work out A equal to 4. So we are able to work out A equal to 4. See this transverse axis along x-axis. That is another information. Transverse axis along x-axis. This is transverse axis. It's along x-axis. Now it is type number 1. So from this we are able to say the required hyperbola based on type number 1. So we need the equation. Now listen, we need the equation. So equation of the hyperbola is, so here length of transverse axis is given, length of transverse axis equal to 8. So length of transverse axis equal to 8. That is nothing but 2a equal to 8. From that we can say a equal to 4. Then this is type number 1. The reason is transverse axis along x-axis. Now the equation of the hyperbola is, equation of the hyperbola is, it belongs to type number 1. So we can say x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. Here we know the value of a. What is the value of a? 4. Therefore we can substitute here x squared divided by 16, 4 squared, minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. So this is the equation of the hyperbola. Here we must know the value of b squared. We have to find. How it is possible to find? So x squared by 16 minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. This equation passing through a particular point, that is given in your questioning. So this equation passing through the given point 5 comma minus 2. So equation of the required hyperbola x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. The reason is transverse axis along x axis. It belongs to type number 1. So therefore we are taking out this equation. In this equation we already worked out the value of a. The reason is length of the transverse axis is 8. 2a equal to 8, from that a equal to 4. Just substitute here x squared by a squared, that means 16. Y squared by b squared equal to 1. So now we need to find b squared. This equation passing through. In your question itself, they are giving the data. So this equation passing through the point 5 comma minus 2. This equation means here hyperbola. Passing through the point, just substitute here. Instead of x, I can substitute 5 squared divided by 16 minus y squared, that means minus 2 squared divided by b squared is unknown, equal to 1. 5 squared becomes 25 divided by 16 minus 2 squared means 4 divided by b squared equal to 1. I can interchange these two values. So take this 1 here, 25 minus 16, sorry, 25 divided by 16 minus 1 equal to, convert to the other side, 4 divided by b squared. So this is the required hyperbola. This hyperbola is passing through a point 5 comma minus 2. The equation passing through a particular point, we can substitute here 5 squared divided by 16 minus 2 squared, here minus 2 squared divided by b squared equal to 1. Simplify this equation, 5 squared becomes 25 by 16, 2 squared becomes 4 divided by b squared equal to 1. Interchange the two values, so 25 by 16 minus 1 equal to 4 divided by b squared. Now simplify this equation, simplify the data. On simplifying this data, 25, take LCM, 25 minus 16 divided by 16 equal to 4 divided by b squared. We need to find the b squared. Here 9 by 16 equal to 4 by b squared. Just to simplify, b squared equal to 16 into 4 divided by, that means cross multiplying b squared here, 4 into 16 divided by 9. So we are simplifying this one, we can get b squared equal to 64 divided by 9. B squared equal to 64 divided by 9. Once again, verify this one. This hyperbola belongs to type number 1. Then already we know the values of a. How? Length of the transverse axis equal to 2a. That value 2a equal to 8. That is given in your question itself. From that a equal to 4. Then substitute the general equation x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. Instead of a squared, 4 squared becomes 16. Then this equation, that means this hyperbola passing through a particular point, that point is already given in your question, substitute 5 comma minus 2. Then 5 comma minus 2, simplifying, we can get this value. So 5 squared is 25, then simplify, then take LCM, 25 minus 16, we can get 9 divided by 16, 4 divided by b squared, cross multiplying, we can get b squared equal to 64 by 9. Therefore, the required equation of the hyperbola is, so already we worked out x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. This is the required equation of the hyperbola. Here a squared equal to, already we worked out 16 minus y squared divided by, the value of b squared becomes 64 divided by 9 equal to 1. Just to take the reciprocal, x squared by 16 minus 9y squared by 64 equal to 1. This is the required equation of the hyperbola. So already we worked out some data are given. From that data, we are able to work out the required equation. The required equation maybe belongs to type 1 or type 2. Here we have to confirm type 1. With the help of the question, read the question. Transverse axis along x-axis. So take down, confirm the type and what are the data are given. Here there are given two data. The first data is length of the transverse. Length of the transverse is 2a. From that find a. After that we need b. This equation, that means this hyperbola passing through a particular point. The point is also the given data from your question. Then we are able to work out b squared. Then this is the required equation. So dear students, take down the question and read the question. Observation. Take the observation. What are the given data? Then form the equation. In the same model, we are going to work out another one question. What is the question? Now listen students, read this question. Already the same type of question we already discussed in your ellipse. And comparing with the ellipse, it has a small difference. Just recall the concept. Show that the absolute value of difference of the focal distances. This is the important key points. Difference of the focal distances of any point P on the hyperbola is the length of the transverse axis. That is, we are going to prove the length of the transverse axis is 2a. Read your theoretical concept in ellipse. In the same type, we already worked out a property. That is the focal property of an ellipse. Read the concept. Just the sum of the focal distances of any point on an ellipse. Once again, listen the word. The sum of the focal distances of any point on an ellipse is equal to length of the major axis. There you are using the word length of the major. Here length of the transverse. Both are the same result 2a. The result is 2a. So here the difference in your ellipse, the sum of the focal distance, that is the only difference. So here we have to find the differences of the focal distances of any point on a hyperbola is the length of the transverse axis. This is the logic we are going to prove. Already you can refer your ellipse. Ellipse, you are using the same type of information. There you are using the word sum of the focal distances. Here difference of the focal distances. Now draw the standard diagram of a hyperbola. So x-axis, this is origin, it is nothing but center. Now this is L, then another one L dash. Again take, this is A, this must be F, this is Z. The same way, here we are having see here A dash, this must be Z dash, again F dash. See the concept once again. This is the standard, that is the basic diagram of a hyperbola. Center must be 0, 0. Then Z, A by E, 0, A, one of the vertex, A, 0, then focus, AE, 0. Already we derived all the results in your standard equation of the hyperbola. Z, A by E, 0, A, 0, AE, 0. In the same way other side, that is minus A by E, 0. Because of the symmetry, it must be equidistant. Now A dash must be the other vertex. So minus A, 0. Then F dash must be the another one focus, minus AE, 0. This is the basic concept. So now as per the definition, as per the question, I am taking a point P of x, y. That is, as per the given data, let P of x, y be any point on the hyperbola. There you are using any point on the ellipse. Now see the focal distances. It has some distances FP. Then another one focus here F dash P. See this FP, F dash P. So now the difference of the distances here F dash P, that must be greater distance. FP lesser when compared with the F dash P. So here difference of the distances, or we can say the focal distances, F dash P minus FP. that must be equal to length of the transverse axis. So now we are going to prove f dash p minus fp equal to 2a. This is the logic we are going to prove. So f dash p is the focal distances. Then fp is also a focal distance. Therefore, we are going to prove the difference of the focal distances. So they are using the absolute value. Absolute value means take the positive result only. So now we are going to prove. Now from this diagram, f dash p, here f dash, one of the focus, p is any point on the hyperbola. fp, that is also one of the distance. By the basic definition, read this concept clearly. By the basic definition of the conic, we know fp divided by pm equal to E from the basic definition of conics. So fp here, what is the meaning of pm? From the definition, pm is the length of the perpendicular from px comma y to the directrix. So here, from this point, I can take, this is nothing but fp divided by pm. Say this is the point m. So I am taking here m. Once again, by the definition of conic, fp by pm equal to E. I can write this one fp equal to E times pm. fp equal to E times pm. Say this is equation number 1. So by the basic definition of the conic, f is the focus, L is the directrix, P is any moving point. Then from the definition, fp, this is pm equal to eccentricity E. Just to cross multiply, we can get fp equal to E times pm. In the same way, we are having one more focus, another focus. Just to change this one, f dash p. See, f dash p from p m dash. Here take the m dash. P m dash. Then this is called m dash. So here f dash p divided by p m dash, that is also E. So we are taking the second focus and the second directrix. So here fp by pm, f is the first focus, p is any point on the hyperbola, then pm is length of the perpendicular to the first directrix. Instead of that, we are taking another second focus, second directrix. Now f dash p divided by pm dash, instead of m I am taking m dash. So that f dash p divided by pm dash, that is also E. Now cross multiplying this one, I can get f dash p equal to E times pm dash. E times pm dash. Refer this one, equation number 2. So the same concept you are used in your ellipse also. Already we worked out. That is called focal property of an ellipse. Here the same one, focal property of the hyperbola. There you are using f dash p plus fp equal to pa. Here f dash p minus fp equal to 2a. So that we are using the word difference of the focal distances. So it must be 2a. There you are using length of the major. Here you are using length of the transverse axis. So this is the first diagram we need. So now, as per proof, so second equation minus first equation we are going to work out. So that f dash p minus fp. So I can write like this, second equation minus first equation. See the second equation, f dash p minus fp equal to, in your RHS, E times pm dash minus E times pm. See this? E times pm dash, here E times pm. So once again, take down the concept clearly, so that we are discussing everything in your theoretical concept. By the basic definition, fp by pm equal to E. That is the first fundamental theory we already worked out. fp equal to E times pm. Then instead of this, use the second focus, f dash. Then use the m dash, second directrix. So that we are working out FP BPM equal to E from the equation number 1, E times PM. Then second equation, F dash P equal to E times PM dash. Second equation minus first equation. This is the working out. You are going to prove the result 2E. Now see this. F dash P minus FP. So F dash P minus FP. E times PM dash, E times PM. I can take out E as a common. What is the result remaining? PM dash minus PM. PM dash minus PM. See the result carefully. PM dash minus PM. What is the remaining concept? So PM dash, remove the PM, what we can get? MM dash. So I can write here. So E already taking out common. So PM dash minus PM is nothing but MM dash. I can write MM dash. In your LHS already you are having F dash P minus FP. So F dash P minus FP. Take down the theoretical concept. So E times MM dash. This E times MM dash can be written in Z dash. So E already taken out common. Instead of this MM dash, I can take Z dash. Listen carefully. F dash P minus FP is equal to F dash P minus FP is equal to E is common outside. Z dash. This Z dash can be written as 2 times CZ. 2 times CZ. Z dash can be written as 2 times CZ. See here, E is already constant. 2 is already constant. CZ equal to A divided by E. This E will be removed. Therefore, we can say F dash P minus FP equal to 2A. So E will be removed. We can get 2A. So from the diagram, use the concept. So F dash P, that is the one of the distance. FP, that is also the distance. See the distance, focal distances. This is focal. P is any point on the hyperbola. This is called focal distances. Here we are using difference. Difference is nothing but subtraction. So difference of the focal distances of any point on the hyperbola is equal to 2A. The value of 2A, the name of 2A is nothing but length of the transverse axis. Here we are using the meaning absolute value means take the positive because F dash P minus FP. Here F dash P is the greater distance. So F dash P minus FP equal to 2A. So this is called focal property of a hyperbola. In the same way we already used the focal property on an ellipse. There you are using the sentence. Sum of the focal distances of any point on an ellipse is equal to length of the major axis. Here you are using length of the transverse axis. So F dash P minus FP equal to 2A. Once again listen the board. F dash P, this is a distance. FP, this is a distance. Use the subtraction. That is second equation minus first equation. We already worked with equation number 1 and 2. Then F dash P minus FP equal to E times PM dash. Sorry, PM dash. Then E times PM. So take out E as a common. Here PM dash minus PM. See the diagram. PM dash minus, remove this distance PM, we can get MM dash. That MM dash can be written as Z dash. Here Z dash. Z dash can be written as 2 times CZ. The meaning of CZ, see already center, origin from this A by E. That E will be removed, we can get 2A. It is nothing but length of the transverse axis. So dear students, read the question carefully and take down the concept. In the same way, one more proof they are asking in your book. Prove that the length of the lattice rectum of the hyperbola is 2b squared by a. They are asking one question. We already worked out, just a recall only. Show that the length of the lattice rectum of the hyperbola of the hyperbola x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1 is 2b squared by a. In your book, they are asking a question like this. We already worked out, just for recall only. Show that the length of the lattice rectum of the hyperbola x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1 is 2b squared by a. Instead of hyperbola, they may be asked an ellipse also. So instead of the word hyperbola, they may be asked a question. Show that the length of the lattice rectum of an ellipse x squared by a squared plus y squared by b squared equal to 1 is 2b squared by a. For both ellipse and as well as for hyperbola, the length is same only, 2b squared by a. We already proved this one. Refer your theoretical concept. There we are discussing about a topic, length of the lattice rectum. Just you can recall the concept. You refer that one. Take down the question. See, this is y-axis, then L, x-axis, center 0, 0, then L dash, then dash. Say this is A, this must be F, this must be Z. The same standard equation of the hyperbola. Here is Z dash, A dash, F dash. They are asking, prove that the length of the lattice rectum. See the word length of the lattice rectum. So you must analyze what is the meaning of lattice rectum. A focal chord which is perpendicular to the transverse axis of a hyperbola. See here, focal chord. What is the meaning of focal chord? A chord passing through the focus, then it must be focal chord, which is perpendicular to the axis. That means transverse axis. In your ellipse, you are using major axis. So this is F. I am taking a chord here. This chord passing through the focus F. This is called L and L dash. This L dash is called length of the lattice rectum. Length of the lattice rectum. So already we know the meaning of focal chord. The chord passing through the focus is called focal chord. Now F, AE, 0. We already know this focus of the hyperbola as well as the ellipse. Both are AE, 0 only. This L must be AE, y value is unknown. This L dash must be AE, minus y. It lies in the first quadrant, it lies in the fourth quadrant. So we need to find the value of y. That value is unknown. How we are able to work out the value of y? This is the equation of the hyperbola. Just you can refer all these concepts. X squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. This is the equation of the hyperbola. This hyperbola passing through the point L and L dash. In this point L and L dash, we know the value of x equal to AE. Here also x equal to AE, y is unknown. Therefore substitute this hyperbola passing through. This hyperbola passing through L and L dash. L and L dash. Already we are using this concept many times. If a equation passing through a particular point, we can substitute here. Instead of x, I am substituting AE. Therefore, substitute x equal to AE. Then what will happen here? A squared E squared divided by A squared minus Y squared by B squared equal to 1. So A squared will be removed. Therefore, interchanging these two values, I can write here. Interchanging this one. E squared minus 1 equal to Y squared by B squared. So interchanging this one, E squared minus 1 and equal to Y squared by B squared. I want to find this Y squared. Therefore, Y squared equal to B squared of E squared minus 1. Then what is the value of E squared minus 1? Then already we worked out the standard equation of the hyperbola. In that refer, you can B squared equal to A squared of E squared minus 1. For an ellipse, here 1 minus E squared. For an ellipse, there is only one change. So So already we are giving the name b squared equal to a squared of e squared minus 1 for the hyperbola, but for an ellipse it must be 1 minus e squared. Now we need this one, e squared minus 1. Therefore I can write b squared by a squared equal to e squared minus 1. So I want to substitute instead of this e squared minus 1, it will become y squared equal to, already we are having one b squared. Here we are finding out b squared by a squared. Then what will be the value of y? It will become plus or minus. From this b power 4 I can take b squared divided by a squared becomes a. So this is the value of y. So we are able to find the unknown quantity. This is unknown quantity. Just now we worked out a problem. There also one b squared is unknown. We are using the point, substituting the point. So unknown quantity we are able to work out. Here y is unknown. See now this y becomes ae comma b squared by a. Here L dash become ae comma minus b squared by a. So now we are able to find out the length of the lattice rectum. Length of the lattice rectum, LR means lattice rectum, is equal to L dash. This is length. So see, here you are having from this F to L, we are having a length b squared by a because it is the value of y length, y coordinates. Here ae minus ae will be removed. 0 b squared by a. Therefore this FL is b squared by a. The same way FL dash is also b squared by a. Because it lies in the fourth quadrant, we are considering the point minus b squared by a. But we need the length. Length is always a positive quantity. Therefore, here also we are having 1 b squared by a. Here also we are having 1 b squared by a. This is FL dash. That means 2 b squared by a. So refer your theoretical concept. The same concept we already worked out. But they are asking a question in your exercise. Just refer this one. The same question may be asked in your ellipse also. So just read all the theoretical concept. If you are very well in your theoretical concept, you are able to work out any problem in analytical geometry. You have to analyze. See the heading, analytical means you have to analyze the topics. Where the point lies. In which quadrant the point may be possible. After that, you have to discuss the theoretical concept. Then what is the meaning of length of the lattice rectum? You must know the definition of lattice rectum. What is the definition? The focal chord which is perpendicular to the and here transverse axis. For an ellipse, perpendicular to the major axis. For the parabola also we know the length of the lattice rectum. For the parabola you are using the sentence, that is also a focal chord perpendicular to the, there you are using the axis of the parabola. So already we know the meaning of lattice rectum. Just to use the concept, you are able to find L and L dash. After this L and L dash be the length of the lattice rectum. So dear students, go through all the problems, then take down the notes without seeing the, just copying the sums. Take down, read, then analyze yourself. After that, take down the notes. Thank you.